Hello Scorpio, welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the current energy for the sign of Scorpio for the week of November 14th. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Let's go and see what we have here for you, Scorpio. Now I'm using the Tarot Muka as well as the Angel and Ancestors Oracle deck. As always, there are links to all of these decks in the description below if you'd like to pick them up for yourself. Do make sure that you are subscribed to the channel for future updates from me. And let's go ahead and let's get into it here for you, Scorpio. All right. We did have the Justice card that popped out as I was shuffling. We'll see if that comes back in, but we do have the card that comes after the Justice card, which is the Hanging Man. And I do get a sense that, some of you here a little bit indecisive about something, okay? A little bit indecisive energy here showing up in the cards right now. And, I do feel like there is a choice that some of you have to make. Let's just get into it here. I do think that there's a choice that some of you have to make here. And it's more so that right now what I think is going on, some of you there's like inner tension around letting go of something or letting go of somebody here is what I feel for you. Yeah, I think there's a bit of an inner tension. There's some inner turmoil, inner tension around letting go of someone or something here. And, I do feel like this is probably the main thing that you're dealing with here. Now, do keep in mind, we are in this eclipse season, okay? And so, this is a time when, things in our life that are not meant for us are cleared out and cleared away. I've been talking about this for weeks now on the channel here. This eclipse season feels heavy, and I do feel like if there's something here where you're just like, you're on the fence about, I do think that you will not be on the fence about this for too long. I do think that there is some inner turmoil here, though. In the overall situation, you have the Hanging Man, which is about needing to let go. You can see this person's hanging on here to the post, and they are doing something, right? They are attaining enlightenment, as you can see here. They are meditating. They are resting. They are comfortable in where they are. But, it's the times in our life when we are uncomfortable that leads us to the most amount of growth, or that takes us to the place that we need to go. And so sometimes in life we need to be a little bit uncomfortable. And it doesn't mean forever. That doesn't mean forever. But this person needs to start free falling, right? They're hanging on. They need to see what's below them. And, for you, I do think you need to see what's out there, okay? And what I mean by that is I'm not saying that you're all hermits or anything. What I am saying is, you feel very guided here with this Ace of Wands in the future to do something, and you'll never know, right? You'll never know if you just stay where you are right here with the Hanging Man, right? You'll never see where this ace might take you or what this ace might lead to if you stay where you are in the Hanging Man situation. So in the past here, you do have the Magician and the Queen of Pentacles. So the Magician really is about manifesting, okay? You like to see the Magician. It's because it says that you are, skilled, you're talented, you have all the tools you need, as you can see here illustrated in the card. You have major abilities, major talents, and you can use this to manifest something into your life here. And it says you already have everything you need, right? You already have everything you need. You don't need to go back to school. You don't need to go on Amazon and buy something. Everything's there. And you have it here with the Queen of Pentacles, which says to me that you are grounded in reality. You are a practical person, or as practical as you possibly can be in this situation. And, the Queen of Pentacles, this is somebody who makes smart choices in life. And, they take the appropriate action to set themselves up for success, but they do it in a way that is grounded. and they do it in a way where other people respect them and other people respect the way that they sort of move in life. And, you know, with this Queen of Pentacles, it can say that you are particularly making some smart financial moves, or in the past year that you've made smart financial moves. And you've kind of built yourself some sort of, you know, stability. And, you know, it's possible here that this is really helping you with a manifestation, you know, as you have the Magician next to it. I also think that some of you here, if there is a conflict approaching with another person, which it's possible there is, what I will say that the cards are saying that it's important that you approach this conflict from a grounded, stable stance, or from a place of stability. In the future, you have the Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands here showing up. So double Wands showing up here in the future. Wands is, you know, it's an inspiring type of energy. It pushes you to go do amazing things. Wands is also the the suit of work, career, enterprise. And, you know, Wands is also the energy of energy. It's passion, right? It's inspiration. And, you know, with the Ace of Wands here, this is a card that is a very good sign in the tarot. It says that you have passionate new beginnings in front of you. You also feel inspired to go in this new direction. The Ace of Wands is also the card that you want if you want to physically get started on something in your life. This Five of Wands here is about conflict. You can see that people on the card are engaged in a battle or a war. And so there are kind of two ways that I feel like this reading is probably going to end up going here. And we're going to, just in a second, we're going to clarify with more cards. But really, some of you have this new start, okay? And some of you here are internally conflicted with the Five of Wands and the Hanging Man. And some of you might be dealing with a conflict with another person. I just heard Pisces. It might be connected to a Pisces in some ways. It could also be connected to an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But yeah, this is kind of the two paths that I'm seeing here so far. Let's go ahead and let's start to clarify the situation even more. So you have the Sun card, you have the Queen of Cups, Death card, and the Nine of Wands. Okay, so, all right. So definitely like to see this, and I will tell you why. It is very interesting here that you have this Hanging Man and the Death card. All right, that's very good. Like I said, the Hanging Man needs the Death card because number 12 is the Hanging Man, number 13 is the Death card. When I get this combination together, especially as they are next to each other here, they're like kind of clarifying, the Death card's clarifying the Hanging Man. That's a good sign for me. You know, the Death card is really not a bad card. It's also Scorpio. It is the card associated with Scorpio, so it's your energy. And really what this shows me, or what this tells me, is that you are ready to embrace something new. You're ready to embrace the unknown, or you're ready to go in this new direction, and you're not going to let fear or you're not going to let anything else hold you back here. You know, with the Hanging Man, you are done being stagnant. You are done hanging out on the post. You are done hanging out where you are, and you are ready to start something new in your life. That could be very nice. The Sun here in the past, for me, the Sun is the best omen in the tarot. I think some of you here are getting inspired, and I think some of you here are really, you know, having an opportunity to fully express yourself here. Now that you've kind of come to this understanding that you have an ability to manifest. I think for some of you, you know that this new start here is really capable of bringing something new into your life. This new start here, obviously, this new start here, it's not just capable of bringing something new into your life, but it's capable of bringing something new into your life that makes you feel better than where you are now. It makes you feel inspired to do new things, to go new places, to experience new things, you know, like not just like how am I trying to describe this, but it's like, I think you understand what I'm saying, but I think this new beginning that's available to you as you kind of take the leap of faith here with the Death card and the Hanging Man, I think it gives you an opportunity to actually move into a passion of yours in some ways. I do think that some of you here, it is possible that some of you are torn between like staying at a job or starting a business because of the wands here. In the future, wands again is connected to work, career, enterprise. So I do think that maybe some of you, like, that's a situation that could be possible here. But I do think whatever this new start is, it's not just a new start for you. It's a new start that allows you to be to live in your passions. And as I was going back here to this Sun card, this is also about self-expression. It's not just a sign of positivity and happiness. It's also about your ability to fully express yourself and do what you actually want to be doing, and to kind of live in your truth, so to speak. The Queen of Cups, I think with the Queen of Cups and the Death card, that's just simply you, like, pretty heavily needing to let go and embrace this new direction. And then the Nine of Wands says you are so close to doing something here that it's time for you to kind of dig in, lock in, and go for it. Go for it here. And most importantly, when you get the Nine of Wands, do not give up. Let's go ahead and let's get a few of these Oracle cards here. Can we get a few more of these? Okay. All right, we're gonna take these. There we go. Okay. So you have Air Guardian, shift your perception, and you have Wise One, grow within your current situation. Look at all these arrows here, or whatever they are not arrows, but they're like triangles. The symbolism on the gown here that they're wearing, the triangles. It's like, I feel like there's momentum for you. Okay, I feel like there's momentum, and then the idea of the air kind of, like a gust of wind, and the air guardian here, kind of like pushing you forward in a certain direction. Okay, that's kind of what I feel here. You have this drum, dream, and journey, as well as autumn, release the old, and rest. So we're obviously in the fall time. Well, here in the northern hemisphere, at least, we're in the fall time here. And if you are not, my apologies. But I do think right now this is just a really big time for you to follow your dreams. I know that sounds really basic, but with the Ace of Wands, really bringing some inspiration into your life, this is a time to go for something pretty big here. And again, I think the only thing that's holding you back here is this comfort zone that you find yourself in with the Hanging Man energy, kind of being where you are, staying where you are. I think as soon as you get out of that, there's something nice available. So let's go ahead and let's move up the pyramid here. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords, and wow, you have the Tower. So the Knight of Pentacles is all about, results being delivered to you. It says that your hard work is paying off. I do think, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles here now kind of forming a column, to me, both of these cards can indicate somebody who's grounded in reality, practical, rooted, but also very hardworking and kind of pragmatic. Both of these cards can indicate that. And what the Knight would suggest is all of those characteristics, those attributes that you have, leading to some sort of result. And so, and then sprinkle on the Sun card, which is just the Sun card augments all of the cards around it. And so for you, it's like, I almost feel like some of you, it's almost like some of you should, take a look at all of the wins that you've kind of stacked up in your life, or all of the successes that you've created for yourself. I wonder if some of you have just not given yourself credit here. And I think for some of you, you could easily just let go, but for whatever reason, there's something that's maybe just holding you back a little bit. Okay. And it's certainly not that you're capable. You are certainly capable enough to go in this new direction. It's just a matter of, I think some of you are in like a battle with yourself here. You have this Knight of Swords, which says take action, take action. But you do have it with that Tower, which, listen, the Tower and the Knight of Swords, this could bring about surprises or sudden changes. Now, I like to view that as a blessing in disguise in the tarot, because I like to be positive, as positive as possible. But with the Death card, the Tower, and the Knight of Swords, basically the universe is like, if you don't investigate this new beginning here with this Ace of Wands, we're going to do it for you. It's kind of like, that's kind of the vibe I get here. That's like bigger energy, which is sometimes, the universe just like, gives you a love tap or whatever and says, hey, been trying to get your attention here for a long time, so here it is, is what I feel like saying. Yeah, okay, so you do have the Ten of Swords and you have the Ten of Wands. Okay, so we are seeing a completion here now showing up as we move up as we progress up through this reading here, up the pyramid. Double tens says that there is something coming to a close for you. Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands. I definitely like to see this, because to me it suggests that you're not giving up. You're not backing down, and you're actually going for this here. We start off this reading here at the beginning of the suit of Wands with the Ace. Ace is number 1, and then we close it out here with the Ten of Wands. And so you're going full circle here with letting go and investigating this new situation. I do think that there could be twists and turns along the way here for you with the Knight of Swords and the Tower and the Death card, but ultimately these changes are leading you to a new space, and these changes here are leading you to something that I think you're going to be a lot more passionate about. And whatever complacency, stagnancy energy here, you're moving out of that. At the top of the pyramid, you do have the Moon. This is heavy eclipse energy, okay? This reading will either be released on the eclipse or the day after the eclipse, but you have to understand that eclipse energy is, it will be present for quite some time, okay? Eclipses are big energies. But it's also, some of you there might be something connected to a Pisces here, or Pisces energy in some ways, but the Moon says, trust your intuition. There's something here that I think some of you are allowing subconscious fears to prevent you from, letting go with this Hanging Man on the bottom. On the bottom of the deck, yeah, you have the Four of Pentacles, which is about hesitancy. Again, some of you are just hesitating. Some of you are hesitating here. And the cards are like, no, go for it, Scorpio. So thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.